Well, hello everyone. I'm very excited today that we are doing the National Simultaneous Storytime. I can see it's 12 o'clock, so I reckon it is time to get started. So I just wanted to check, can everyone hear me? If not, we might have to set some things about. Let's see. Can anyone hear me? Can you give me a comment in the text box if you can't hear me? Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good. Always good to check because I don't know what's happening on your side, but I'm so excited to be here with everyone. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our Truck Cat Balloon Story Time for this year's National Simultaneous Story Time. My name is Chloe and I'm from Giggly Wiggly Balloons and I'm joining you from Ngunnawal and Ngambri country here in beautiful Canberra. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the lands where we're gathering today, wherever you are watching from across Australia. I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples joining today. As we share stories together, may we also remember the many stories told on these lands for tens of thousands of years. So today we are reading The Truck Cat, written by Deborah Frenkel and illustrated by Danny Snell. Now, who loves cats? Who has a cat at home? Well, I don't actually have a cat, but I do have a dog who loves to chase cats. How about trucks? Who loves trucks? They are very cool, aren't they? Now, I'm always in awe and amazed by the truck drivers who drive these big, long trucks. So today, we are going to meet a cat called Tinka. So here is Tinka. He's a curious, brave, and he's also called a truck cat. Now, why is he called a truck cat? Let's find out more. So, let's have a look at the story and find out more about Tinka. So, are you ready for the reading? We are now going to read The Truck Cat. Some cats are house cats. Some are apartment cats. Some cats live on farms. Some live in a city. But Tinka was a truck cat. Tinka lived everywhere. Now, he lived in brick motels with beetles in the bathtub, in rooftop huts with rats in the rafters. Gosh, do you think Tinka would have chased a rat? Look at this rat running around. Yes? He probably would have, wouldn't he? All right, scurry away, little rat. In depots, dancing with dragonflies. So, cats love to play around and chase little things, don't they? And here's a dragonfly, making Tinker feel like he wants to catch them. Hey? But mostly, home was the cabin of Yakub's big double triaxle truck. So I've got a big truck just here. So this is Yakub's truck. And Tinka actually lives in this truck. And that's why they call it the truck cat. Now, Yakub drove the truck to make a living. He drove it all around the country, learning the strange new landscapes on the way. Tinka sat on the passenger seat, keeping an eye out for interlopers. In the truck, there were many things, and they were very different things, depending on the day. Sometimes apples, sometimes pear, and sometimes lots of eggs. Oh, Yakub had to drive carefully because otherwise those eggs would get all scrambled. Now, other humans didn't always understand Yakub, his jokes, his words, his silences. But Tinka knew that when Yakub was quiet, he was busy remembering, and that when Yakub was done, he would switch off the radio and hum tunes from his home country, or tell Tinka about the food his Nana used to make way back. Tinka also had an old home, full of mewling siblings. There was a mama cat, way back, and a warm basket. So Tinka and Yakub remembered their memories together. Then at night, when a truck stopped to rest under the Milky Way, Tinka sat on Yakub's lap and purred into the sky. But one morning, someone else arrived. A little flutter, asking Tinka to play tag. He did his best. He leapt, he lunged, but butterflies are tricky for even the daintiest truck cats. Here, there, over, under. Here, there, over. Here, there, over. Under. Wheels whooshed and flashed, but Tinka laid still until cool hands lifted him from the road, held him gently, and carried him to a car. The hands belonged to Mary. At Mary's bakery, there was yogurt, which Tinka didn't like, and a fish head, which he did. So Mary gave him another the next day and the next. But Tinka was worried about Yakub, alone in the truck with just eggs to talk to. He worried about Yakub all summer long. Now, Yakub was worried too, from town to town to town and back again. Then one day, he smelled something familiar. The warm spices of home, leading him to a bakery window where someone familiar purred against the glass. Yakub ordered everything on Mari's menu to celebrate. He said it was just like Nana's cooking, maybe even better, because it came with company. Lorikeets landed in the lemon tree and pigeons pecked in the petunias. But Yakub and Mary kept talking in the same language, understanding each other. Tinka waited at the door to be let out. He was not impatient whatsoever. Now, Tinka isn't always a truck cat. Sometimes he's a bakery cat. Sometimes he's a sofa cat. Sometimes he's a picnic cat. And sometimes a train cat. But wherever he goes, Tinka is certain of one thing. Home is everywhere. And that's the end of the story. So, we just heard a bit about Tinka and what he does as a truck cat. Wasn't that a fun adventure with Tinka? What did you like about the story? Was there something about it that struck you? For me, it is a beautiful story that home can be anywhere as long as you are with the people you love. Now, we read how Tinka and Yakub remembered their memories in quiet moments. Do you have any special memories? Something that makes you smile? So my special memory is back in my home country. So I'm originally from Malaysia. I grew up in Malaysia. It's a country in Asia between Thailand and Singapore. There were night markets on streets, and they would sell this yummy street food. And I remember when I was growing up, we would walk down the streets surrounded by all these food stalls, and we would buy all our favorite food. One of my favorite food is this thing called rojak, which was a mix of fresh fruits and vegetables with deep fried dough and fried tofu covered in this yummy savory sauce. How about what is it that makes you feel at home? This story talks about home is everywhere for the truck cat. What is it that makes you feel at home? For me, what makes me feel at home is meeting up with my Malaysian friends and eating food from my home country in Malaysia. Now, Tinka was given a fish head as part of his meal, but I reckon we can give him a proper fish. Now, I would like to show you how to make a cute little mini balloon fish. And all you need is a little heart, just like this. You find this heart balloon here, and grab a pump, inflate it just a teensy bit, not too much. So maybe about this size. You can release it a little bit more until you can see little ears at the top here. Then tie a knot. Now it doesn't really look like a fish yet, but the trick is to actually squish all the air towards where the knot is. So let's squish this balloon over a little bit more, just like this. And we've got a cute little fishy with little fins at the end. So I reckon this is probably a better fish to feed Tinker with, don't you think? So I hope you get a chance to try this at home. And I love to be able to see the fishies that you're going to make to feed Tinker the Truck Cat. So thank you so much for joining me for the National Simultaneous Storytime. I hope you had as much fun watching and listening to the story as I did sharing the story with balloons. So a big thanks to ALIA, the Australian Library and Information Association, Hardy Grant Children's Publishing, and Lianza for organizing and supporting the National Simultaneous Storytime this year. So don't forget, you can borrow the Truck Cat and many more amazing books from your local library. Now, I love reading, and I hope that you find the joy in reading and how it can open up a whole new world of imagination. Now, if you've made your own balloon creation or colored in a truck cat drawing, I'd love for you to share it with me. So ask a grown-up to, tag it, and I love to be able to see what you've done. Now, feel free to check out my website as well to find out more fun shows and balloon workshops and science shows that could be happening near you. So whether you're in the city, the bush, or the beach, thanks for watching, reading, and being curious. Until next time, keep imagining, keep creating, and keep smiling. Bye, everyone. Meow. Beep, beep. See you all later. Take care.